Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Marie.
And we're the old school Soulmates. And if you're new to our channel, we're a couple in our 50s that do this part time. We resell on eBay and Amazon. We probably started about 3 years ago. And we both work full-time jobs. And this is our side hustle. And we probably have about 1,800 things listed. So today we have a what's sold on eBay video. So we'll start it off with this John Deere shirt here.
Yeah, I don't buy a lot of John Deere, but it's popular, and this was just in excellent condition. So
yeah,
and I think it was on sale. So when we can get them for let's be $250 is when our half price is.
Right.
So we sold it for $24.95. It was just a really nice shirt.
It's
Actually,
a nice thermal
I bought
shirt.
it.
Yeah, for me. Yeah,
I bought them for him, and
yeah.
he's like, "Oh, see if we can sell it first." And of course, it sold right away.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you like stuff. Buy what you like.
Yeah.
You know. These are Johnson & Murphy's men's shoes. These look a lot like Belvedere's too. So these Johnson & Murphy's have this super soft inside. These are extremely comfortable.
I call this pebbled leather. Pebbled
Yeah.
leather. Say that.
Pebbled leather, yeah. And Dave has 2 pairs of these that he just loves. Not there, his aren't Johnson & Murphy's. His are actually Belvedere, but
Yeah,
same
Studio
styling.
Belvedere, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, they are just soft and comfy. And he tried to make them fit.
Wear them in my day job quite often. So
Yeah.
all right. So let's see what else we got here. Joseph Seibel.
Yeah, this is a solid seller. They have all kinds of different sizes. This is a European comfort shoe. I just listed a pair yesterday of these, actually.
Yeah.
But this is an older style. These are more vintage. But, I mean, I was surprised they sold, as quick as they did. But they didn't last very long. They have a unique system for tying them. They have, like that,
Yeah.
not laces. They're...
Yeah, you squeeze these
thing
two
and slide it through, yeah.
Yeah, you squeeze these two things together with your fingers, and then you pull the strings out like that. There you go.
So kind of a hidden lace too. Kind of nice, yep. These did well. Red Wing is a pretty good seller if you're looking into the boots. I've had Red Wing shoes, which I still have some that are listed that they just don't bring as much. But the boots are very good sellers.
These are workwear too. They're safety boots with
steel
toes
and
that
everything.
kind of thing. And they were new, new with tags. They were new with tags. They had tags still on them, so nobody had worn them.
And these
to
were
work.
women's, which is going to fetch less money. So if this was a man's, and it took me a while, I had to put in the model number to try to figure out if it was women's. But the quickest way, if you go back to the size tag, nowhere does it say men's, nowhere does it say women's. But if you look down where the sizes is, it says US 7.5, UK 6.5, European 37.5. A men's 7.5 is really going to be like a 40, where a women's 7.5 is going to be a 37 in European. I wear a 38. 39, so I knew right away by the sizing that this was a women's shoe.
Right.
And
so that European tag can sometimes be a clue to help
it's a
you,
lifesaver.
to
It's
really
an
let you know.
Absolute lifesaver.
Because if this had said 7.5, 40, right,
it would be a
men's, right?
Right. And the most European shoes almost fall into the unisex. They just have a straight sizing system.
And one thing about work boots, they're hard to find in really good condition because people work in them. So this was a really good find. Because
had these been men's, these would have been $100.
Yeah.
So yeah. These are interesting. These are Solomon. They're like a high traction hiking. These contra grip. I don't know a lot about them. I looked them up because I wasn't familiar with them. These have been worn, but they seemed like they were bringing decent money, and we got these half price. So I got them for, I think they were $7.99 at the thrift store in Murfreesboro, I think.
Yeah.
And I sold them for, what is it, $34.95?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good deal. Patagonia, can't go wrong with Patagonia.
Yeah, you're right. You
actually,
can't. Yeah.
Yeah, you really can't. I mean, most of the time. I mean,
it's funny
a
you
pretty
say
good
that
brand.
because I was at the thrift store the day before yesterday or Sunday, and I had there was a pair of Patagonia organic cotton men's pants, and I didn't get them. So they just didn't seem like they were in good enough shape. I don't know why. I don't know if they were any worse or better than these, But these weren't. These are the ironclad. These didn't have that. They were organic cotton, but these are in good shape. They had a little bit of wear, but good size, 34 real center of the road there, you know, and but we got $49.95 for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asics.
These were volleyball shoes. Had no idea.
Didn't know there was such a thing.
They were weird shoes. So I bought them. I looked them up and I said, okay, gel rocket. Had to look, you know, don't just look at one listing because the person whose listing you're looking at may not have a clue what they are.
But yeah, if you look up these numbers here and that kind of thing, is that how you found it, or did you just?
I just looked up the name.
The name.
And I looked through a lot of them, you know, a ton of them, to see what was what, you know, and because I couldn't really find them in the Asics like sneakers, and then that's when I found out they were volleyball shoes. So and they sold, you know. Not for a lot of money, though. I don't think I'd buy them again, though. These are just a very plain, basic Cole Haan brown leather loafers. There's, you know, not a whole lot to say about them. They
venerable and meat and potato kind of
absolutely
shoe.
$30.
You'll see a lot of those.
There's nothing special about them, so they're not going to bring a lot of money. The only reason I bought them is because there's very little wear.
Yeah, look at the insoles there. It's
Yeah,
really good.
and if you look at the sole, I was really surprised when I got home. I generally don't look up Cole Haans, I just buy them. And I was really surprised when I got home that they really didn't bring that much money.
Yeah,
you know,
$30.
But you know, it's still better than nothing. You know, Kennelly, we don't do a lot of men's suits.
We have a lot of men's suits.
We
need
to list them. Is
yeah,
the
we
problem,
got some in our
you know?
pile there.
We do. We have quite a few there, and you know, I have to, you know, shout out to Jim for giving us the curated clothier.
Yeah, it's curated clothier.
Yep.
Jim Butler.
Jim Butler. He's a great guy. Just his videos are very interesting. You know, but I've learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
And
he specializes in men's suits and clothing and that kind of thing.
Mostly men's.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. But he gave us some tips and tricks, especially for names, you know, brands. Because I would stumble across a Kennelly. I would think it was a cannoli. So, anyways, and he helped me with the sizing, too.
Suit sizes are generally in the pockets, is where you usually find them. On the better suits, I should say.
And this is not a 58. Yeah. This is an Italian suit.
Right.
So, it is really a 48 long.
Right.
So, and that thanks to Jim, he told me about that. Yeah. But this is just the jacket. This is not a suit.
Yeah, for $90.
For $90 for a Kennelly.
For a used one. So it pays.
And the Kennelly ties.
And the suits are one of the overlooked places for a lot of resellers.
Yep.
A lot of resellers don't go through the suits, and it's a good place. If you're in a place that's really competitive with lots of resellers, go through the suits and, you know, pick up a few, try out a few.
But you got to know your brand.
But you got to have a price that's right, too. I mean, you can't buy $20 suits really and make it real profitable.
No. And unless you're picking up high dollar suits, you know. I mean, if you're picking like what's
we've
that
got a lot
one?
of Harris tweeds, and we haven't really actually listed them to know where they sell, but they're supposedly
we have 3 listed.
Do we have 3 listed? They're just not selling. Yeah, they're really woolly kind of. They're real popular, real famous suit. I mean, you know, but you know, it's a type of wool actually.
There's some brands out there though that you know, a brand new Stafford suit, you laugh. You know, that's a JCPenney brand. But a brand new Stafford suit, if you're getting your suits for $6.99, you can still sell them for $70.
Yeah.
You know, but
and it's still cheaper than going.
But this here was just a jacket. But you have got to inspect these things to the nth degree, okay? Because they're going to have little.
Hold them up to the light.
Look
go
for
to a really lit place in the store. Go to the window. Hold it up.
Because they're wool and they're going to have little moth holes in them. So just inspect them well.
And a Panasonic. I mentioned in the last video that Panasonics and stuff bring a little bit better. Well, this one sort of did. At $29.95, I guess. That's about typical for these. This is a voice-activated one. It's got all the bells and whistles from 1991 or so. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it works. Test them out. Make sure they work. I've got a whole box of little cassette tapes that I've found at thrift stores. You can pick them up all over the place. And if you don't, buy some on eBay. Just test it out. See if it records. See if it plays back. And you're good to go on those. There's really not much to them. Make sure the battery compartment's clean, as we've said before. That's a very, very big thing. So, but other than that, just make sure it works. One little pro tip for these things, because I used to have these things when I was young, because I'm old. And sometimes they make some squealing sound when you first put them in. If you take that volume knob and just run it up and down real fast a few times, it kind of cleans that potentiometer inside there, and it'll knock some of the crud off of it, and it'll work better. If it's still persistent, it's probably shot. So just a little tip there.
Chacos always sell. I wanted a pair of Chacos, so I go buy myself a pair of Chacos. And what happens? All of a sudden, I start finding them hand over fist at the thrift store, because these are mine, my size, of course. But I'd already bought myself a pair, so I said, that's it. I'm just going to sell them. So, and the good thing about Chacos, these were really dirty when I got them. I mean, very little wear, but dirty. Right in the sink, right in the dishwater. Nice fresh batch of dishwater, and they'll scrub right up. But you tell they'd worn these. They had mud on them and everything else. But they can go in the washing machine. I mean, and very easy to clean and care for. And got them for $4.99 and sold them for $40.
Yep. Go Titans! Well, another Titans sweatshirt. We've been selling a few of those, and this is most of these sales from this video and last video is probably going to be from January of this year. So these are fairly fresh sales. We're trying to get caught up on our what sold and try to show some of the ones. It's not everything we sold January. It was probably a week or so in January. But anyway, Titans. Vintage stuff does well, that's usually a team like the Titans. I love them to death, but they're not the most popular team in America. But they have regional followings, and they have people that really are diehard. So, and they love vintage stuff. And just
vintage
like any team, really, if you find the vintage stuff, you can't go wrong with it. Yeah. Even if it's an obscure player. We sold one Cincinnati Bengals jersey that had a name on it that went all the way around the jersey. I swear I can't say it. I won't try to say it. It starts with an O, I think.
Yep.
But anyway, you can sell just about anything sports, especially vintage. So.
Yeah. Another pair. These are Riker Anti-Stress, popular comfort shoe. They consistently sell. They really do. They got to be in good shape, of course. Suede always photographs cruddy, though. It's just like the way the light reflects. Just look for the wear on the sole, and then make sure there's no stains. If this was a lighter color, it might have some stains on it. Don't stains on suede. Unless they're Uggs and stuff where you really got cleaners and everything, just don't even bother. It really, I got suede cleaner at home. It just doesn't cut it. I cleaned a pair of Uggs one time from top to bottom. I watched a video and they turned out nice, but boy, was it a lot of work.
Yeah. If you're not making but $34,
oh my,
it's not worth
2 days worth of drying, and oh my gosh, I wanted to cry. So never do that again. Another pair of SASs. Again, that insole is everything on them. Make sure you got them. If you don't have the insole, doesn't mean they won't sell, but you better disclose it a couple of places. People get a little crazy.
Yeah.
So, even these unique loafers and slip-ons and so forth, they sell. And this had very little wear on them. Sizes sometimes are hard to find. S means slim, which is narrow.
We got $44.95 for it.
$44.95 for.
This is kind of a patent leather croc print, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But $44.95. These took a little time to sell.
And speaking of croc print, make sure you say croc print. Don't say croc, because there's a big difference. There's a lot of money difference.
Yeah, don't say alligator.
Don't say alligator. Don't say that. Yeah, just
alligator
say croc
embossed.
Print.
Yeah. Alligator, croc embossed, snake embossed.
Yeah.
That's what you use.
And it's probably good to even put it in your description too, if you can. So,
and if you're not sure if it's snake, lizard, croc, just put embossed. Just put embossed.
Animal print.
Yeah.
You can
animal
say that,
embossed. Something, but it never ever say the word and try to trick somebody.
Yeah. Well, here's the old beans.
These are mine. My feet have gotten heavier as with the rest of me, but these are like brand new. I think I might have worn them once, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I never wore these. I never
tried them on.
Never even took a step in them. I bought them. They're on sale, and I got them for about what I paid for them. So but I've had them for a few years. They're nice though. Yeah. Here's another one in our previous video. We had Brooks Brothers. That was Brooks Brothers 1818 Madison. got a big old lot of these, and they're just slowly selling for $24.95. They're all beautiful. You can still see the dry cleaning tag on this one.
Yeah. Let's
So,
see. Yeah.
right there, yeah.
Oh, that's the tag. Yeah.
Right there.
But yeah.
That yellow tag right there in the middle of his
Oh
tummy.
yeah, right there.
Yep, there you go.
Right there, yeah.
Yep. Freshly dry cleaned. Look for the stains around the collars. Check the pits.
Yeah. But
And other than that, they were excellent.
But they'll sell for a lot of money, but they'll constantly sell and they'll sell quick too.
Especially if you can pick them up at yard sales where people sell shirts for 99 cents. If they're clean, pick them up.
Yep.
You know? We've had these forever. We got these for 99 cents at a store that was closing out.
Yeah,
like a thrift
Roca-Ware.
store.
Probably wouldn't
Yeah,
buy these if we had to pay real money for them, but
never buy them again.
But,
you know,
yeah, there's some hip hop jeans, right? Aren't
yeah,
these?
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
But the guy loved them, you know, and they were in great shape.
Yeah,
They
actually
look like they're beat to death, but that's how they're supposed to look.
Tested to comply with Roca-Ware standards. So
Yep.
there you go.
And they were very,
For home and street use.
we had them for a long time, but they sold, and the guy was thrilled with them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, these are some things that my mom had given me,
Right.
And I lauded the same manufacturer and the same sizes together in some of the things. So people are very loyal to Alfred Dunner and some of these other ones. So, 2 pairs of pants for $19.95. They were in excellent condition.
Right.
And
We charged shipping on top of that. So
right,
it
and
was
she
like,
was thrilled with them, because clothes today, everyone says, oh, those are older. Well, I don't know about you, but if you're older, you'll realize that clothes fit differently 10 years ago, and they may not like the way they're cut today, and they don't want to give up their clothes from before. Like now, try to find a pair of jeans that doesn't have stretch in them. It's almost impossible as a woman to find 100% cotton jeans.
Yeah.
And some people don't like the strap. I myself like the stretch. But
Okay. And this was one we featured in our haul video, Dragon Ball Z. It's not anything fancy. We knew it when we bought it.
It was just
sort
cool.
of cool shirt, and we're too old to know what Dragon Ball Z is, to be honest with you. I mean, the only way I know it exists is I watched Rally Roots videos a couple times, and I think they've got some tattoos with Dragon Ball Z characters or something. So
but
anyway, but that's how we knew about it. But anyway, it's just a knockoff, or not a knockoff, but it's just
it's a 21 Men brand.
Yeah,
I think it was actually sold at Target.
Yeah, one of those kind of Target, Walmart type brands, but people still think it's fun to wear and that kind of thing. So it's $20. So why not? Peter Millar. Now we were going to tell you at the beginning that there's a story behind this one, but we'll show you the shirt first here. This is new with tags,
New
right?
with tags.
So and
It's
new.
Shed
It's sold
Store.
for $79.
Yep.
It looks like so. So yeah, when I photographed this. And again, I didn't do a real good job because if you notice the top part of this shirt here on this one is really hot. I mean, really overexposed on the top and kind of probably a little bit closer to properly exposed on the bottom. So what it looked like to the person that bought this shirt was that it was faded out. It
Like
started
ombre.
like it
what
was.
they call ombre.
Yeah.
Lighter at the top, darker at the bottom.
Yeah.
But Peter Millar Summer Comfort's a shiny fabric.
Right.
So it's hard to photograph.
See, this
but
shirt
then
is
that one is
exposed,
perfect.
exposed better. It's still, there's still a little light and dark there, but you can kind of see that it's not really ombre, right?
Yes,
so,
exactly.
So we get a message from this person that's really upset. There's like, I've thought this shirt was different, and my son has 7 of these shirts, and why? And we bought this one because we thought it was different. So I expect some kind of discount.
Yes.
And so what would you do? Put in the comments what you would do here if you don't agree with what we did, or if you agree with what we did. But tell us what you would do in this case. What we did is we thought about it. We said, well, if she doesn't like the shirt and she's got 7 others, then return it.
She doesn't need an 8th one.
Right.
Return it.
Return it. So instead of giving her $10 off or whatever, I'll pay $10 to have her return it. Because if it's really that bad, if you really can't stand it, if you really don't like it, you shouldn't keep it. I don't want you to have it. And I'm happy to take it back.
Absolutely. It's a great shirt.
So we wrote her back and said, sorry about that. I can see why you felt that way. I mean, you don't want to argue with people. I mean,
They're
obviously,
customers.
I mean, look at it. I mean, it's obvious you could make that assumption if you're really thinking that that's a thing. It's not a thing with Peter Millar generally, but
Right, and if you have a question, you would hope that they would ask you a question,
Right.
but she didn't.
But she didn't. But we said, sorry. Yeah, I can see where you saw that. We have free returns. Please send it back. Initiate a return with eBay.
Yeah,
and
just
she
click
said,
on it.
She said, well, thank you. That was all she said. Okay. And I said, okay, well, again, and I just to make sure she really got me, I said, and go ahead. And I said, so as soon as you return, as soon as you initiate the return and we get the shirt back, we'll give you your money back right away. Just sort of reinforcing that again. Communication is key with this stuff.
And she said thanks.
And she said thank you, and we still haven't got the shirt back or saw a refund in it.
Now, she's still within her 30 days.
Right, she may do it later, but at the moment this is sold. But the lesson there, I think is sometimes people, and I'm not saying this lady was. I don't think she really was, honestly. In my heart of hearts, I don't think she was. But some people, using this as an example, I mean, some people will try to say, there's a spot on it, can you give me $10 off or something? And it's a tough thing. I mean, if you need the sale and you don't want to lose the sale, you could do it, but then again, you run the risk of going through a bunch of hoops, and then they may. I consider that extortion in a way, and I just don't really like somebody saying it's either all or nothing. Either you like it or you don't. Send it back if you don't like it. Keep it if you do.
Yeah, I mean, I just take a little cue from like Kohl's, Walmart, whatever. You're not going to walk back and say, I got to looking at this shirt. It really wasn't quite the green I want. Could you take $10 off? Kohl's is going to look at you like you're nuts.
Right.
They're going to say, no, but I can give you all your money back, and then you can go find a shirt that is the green that you want. And it's not and no, we're not going to block them. You're going to talk to other people, and there's just no reason. If you went and returned something at Walmart because you weren't happy, I don't care how upset you were about it.
Yeah.
And Walmart said, okay, here's your money back, and you can't ever shop here again. Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Yeah. So no,
Yeah.
we
just stick to our
We have no
guns.
hard feelings for this
None
person. We
whatsoever.
understand where they're coming from. They saw something they thought they saw. I've done
Exactly.
it myself. I've
We
seen
have
it.
too,
I
yes.
thought I was buying something. I bought something different, and I've returned it or whatever. So I mean, but don't. Our philosophy was we're not going to give you a discount because you're half happy with it. You either like it or you don't. If you're happy enough to keep it, because everything we're selling you is at a discount on eBay. Generally, it's a go buy a Peter Millar shirt new and see what you pay for.
$79.95.
Right, it's on the tag, as a matter of
Exactly.
fact. So yeah,
But we're happy to give her money back. We no
Right.
questions asked. 30-day free returns. It was free shipping on the shirt and free returns. We would pay nothing for the returns.
Yeah.
And we don't ask questions.
No.
If you want your money back, you get your money back.
Yeah.
And in this case, had she paid for shipping on this, we would have refunded her original shipping cost as well.
Sure. Yeah.
Because we did.
Yeah,
And I understand
item
her
not
point.
described to her, and that's the way it would go down
And that's
with
okay,
eBay, and that's
because
fine.
people look at the first picture and go from there.
You can't get upset about these items not described and stuff like that. Sometimes there are going to be people. You can get upset about it, but you can't take it out in the business world. You've got to just sort of like let it. You can gripe about it at home for a couple minutes and then say, okay, put on your big boy pants and go and do what you got to do.
Again,
and just take the refund or
we're older. I've been in customer service forever.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes when we shop. The other day I went and bought some Prilosec, right? I said, okay, I'm just going to grab it. I grab it off the shelf. I get home. And I find out it's melt in your mouth tabs, raspberry or something. I'm like, what an idiot. But we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
And, it was my fault.
So if she sends it back to us or starts initiates a refund,
refund.
with eBay.
We just got to
then
cross our
we'll-
fingers and
we'll
hope
refund
that
her.
she doesn't give us bad feedback.
Yeah. And refunds are part of business. I mean, they just are. So.
You are going to have refunds, especially in clothing and shoes.
So on that note, I think it's about time for us to wrap this one up. But if you could subscribe to our channel, it would really help us out. If you give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. Tell us if we're doing something right. Tell us if we're doing something wrong. Anything that you want to see or hear on these videos, let us know. Any questions you got, we're happy to answer. So until next time, we'll see you then.
Thanks for watching.